Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the KotaKast with KingKota. I'm KingKota, obviously. Today I'm here by freshly retired. Surprised I'm even saying that line. Savageuce, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very good, honestly. I am very excited that I get to be here. Obviously, if you guys haven't heard, I am freshly retired. I just had a match with MJF. And I know I lost, but don't worry. It's okay. I made my decision. So thank you for having me.
So, obviously, me and you have been in multiple companies together, like VFW, XFW. So my first question is actually about XFW. So obviously, as you know, me and you were part of the MFTs. I was JC. You were Tala.
Talatonga. I was Talatonga. Yes.
What was your reaction when you heard that he wanted Tamatonga and Tonga Loa to win the tag team titles, and not the two of us, and that we could sit backstage?
I really wasn't mad about it. Listen, in my career,
compared to me, I was fucking pissed. Compared to me, I was pissed.
Listen, I have been wrestling for over 6 years now. So I've been here so long. So I don't really care for tag titles. I don't really care for titles. I come to wrestle and I just like to have fun a lot. That's what my main goal is.
So in VFW, you were one of the highest commands. I say I do military stuff. I say high command. Don't blame me. You were one of the highest commands in VFW. Now that you're retired, are you gonna stay the highest command, or are you gonna bring someone new and maybe like me, because I never been a high command of a company? That's one of my dreams before I retire. My own high.
Listen. For VFW, for my retirement, I will be around. Like I will join Worlds. There's gonna be newcomers. There's always gonna be newcomers who want to wrestle as Jay because he's one of the most popular superstars of all time. Yes. So I can, if they want to learn how to be Jay, like a new Jay, I get it. Some people say, "Oh, what if you want to be Bloodline?" I could teach Bloodline Jay too. I have been playing Jay for over 6 years. So honestly, if people want to learn how to become Jay and want to be in EVFW, I can help them out. If the thing is though, with high commanding, I don't know, because I think high commanding, the owner would want me to still be there because I have been with him since the very beginning.
Now, obviously, like I said before in the intro, I was part of VFW. Knowing that I was part of VFW, and especially with this whole Anthony Firestorm Live drama, which you've seen all. What's your opinion on it, and who do you stand with? Do you stand with Anthony? Do you stand with Firestorm? Or do you stand with Liv?
Listen, I don't stand. Listen, at first when this whole drama thing was happening, I was like, I don't really want to care about it. But like when Firestorm and Liv want to talk about like me doing stuff that are bad and also want to cause problems for me, that's where we kind of draw the line. So most likely, I will be. But the thing is, for me, I'm not a chooser sider. Like I go wherever I want to go. Like, but most likely, I stand with Anthony because Firestorm and Liv, I cannot stand.
Now, knowing that you had to, unfortunately, just like me and just like everyone else in the wrestling community, see how Firestorm went from Liv to Koa, how Anthony went from Koa to Liv, how they both women got fucked, and Liv got more than Koa because Firestorm wanted to do it on the daily. What was your thoughts about that?
Bro's gonna make you stop the clip.
It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. Because like there's just like so many people that just like do relationships, and like these relationships, they just cause problems so many times. And with these relationships, it's just like it's not gonna help you in the future if you think about it. Like,
and And
when
knowing,
when I date, I always focus on like myself most likely. Like I'll focus on someone, but mostly myself.
and knowing that I had to see it. I had to push my eyes one time. Next
You
question
want
is:
to talk about that?
you
What?
obviously, you know,
This is the
me.
same guy who
If you
leaked this
didn't know me,
for
where's
raping
my
Liv
camera?
Morgan,
I
by
think
the way.
my camera's right here. I think I'm pointing in. Yep, right about there. If you didn't know, me and this guy have been friends for the longest time, and we have a
I was
friend
about to say you had
Koa.
sex.
So, which
Ooh.
I don't even know. Is he ever online anymore, Koa?
Not really. I'm not gonna lie. She's
I think I
not been
follow her
on.
on TikTok.
Who? Liv
Oh,
Morgan?
No,
No, Koa,
you
one
know,
of our friends.
you know her. So
I'm too young.
here's the question. The question is, if Koa comes back one of these days, is there a chance we can do like start a whole YouTube channel friend group like what the Caressers do, as you heard from episode 2, to have the Caressers.
I think that I feel like Koa wouldn't want to do that because I was the one who I was like the first one who ever known Koa. Koa was my Koa. I always known Koa. The only reason Koa knows everybody in the wrestling community is because of me. Basically,
And I've known you since we both started. So
basically,
So
the only people that mostly know Koa is me, you, and
yeah.
Anthony.
And knowing that Anthony dated her.
Yes.
I have a little.
Which was crazy because she was my ex
Anthony.
and dated Anthony.
Yo, bro, can we stop talking about relationship problems?
Chat, who wants to hear a little deep dive? Hello, my podcast. Hi, who wants to hear a little deep dive?
Anthony is a pedophile.
Yes. I don't know about that, but fun fact, Savage.
No, Swerve is.
Yeah, Swerve
Hey,
is.
KingKota.
Swerve
We on the time clock, bro.
Hey, shush. I don't know if you know this. I never told anyone this, but
Swerve fucked Bella.
that's true. But before Anthony dated Koa, I kind of wanted to get with Koa.
Oh,
That's crazy.
I wanted to get with Koa so that way Firestone could focus on Mrs. Firestone and Anthony could have focused on Liv and I could have been with someone.
Yo.
But obviously, Firestone went with Liv, Mrs. Firestone went with someone else, and Liv went with Firestorm. And
So
I stayed as the odd man out in that whole situation. Speaking of that, knowing that VWE is back on the rise, and knowing that VWE is growing right now, and knowing that Big Red has started BWE, what are your thoughts about that, knowing that VWE is back on the rise again?
Listen, man, I don't have problems with any other companies. Like, if you want to start a company, you can start a company. It wouldn't matter. Like, if you want to, like, follow your path, okay? Like Big Red's following his, people are following their own. Listen, sure, like having a rival company, like, is bad, but like, think about it. If you have good people and not toxic people in those companies, the company will go good.
Speaking of that, I don't care if I'm gonna, listen, I don't care if I say this. I don't care if M. Jordan hates me for the rest of his life. You need to stop being a toxic ass little bitch and actually man up and grow up here. Because I did nothing to you. You saw coming on my ass since you joined KWE. If you didn't join KWE, maybe your life would have been better. Maybe you would have found a bitch and got her on your dick or something.
Damn.
Anyways, what's the thoughts about KWE? That's the next part. What's your thoughts about KWE?
Listen, man, they have 7 dates left. I never been in KWE, but I know KWE. Like, I know people. I know people. I know people in KWE. So, the fact that they only have 7 dates left is crazy. Because they're about to, like, stop.
And, listen.
Nigger.
Were you at VLC Wrestling's WrestleMania? No. Were you at VRC Wrestling WrestleMania?
The thing is, man,
Night 1,
I
the only
focus-
night they had?
Grown ass
I'm
nigga wearing a
focusing on
female
myself.
Abby. Who said that?
I'm focusing on myself.
Okay,
So
bro, you're gonna get.
I'm
Hey,
focusing on myself
Ghostface,
right now. So the VRC Wrestling Mania, I will not be. I will be there, but not wrestling because I
Well,
am
they
retired.
had one night, and basically everyone's been calling the one night the pre
Okay, hold
the
up,
practice
Google.
the actual KW Mania.
Not right now.
Unfortunately,
No,
I didn't get my
I'm gonna-
fucking
You can do
opportunity,
that,
but
Sorry, to my mom.
a fat ass named Bryce got his opportunity, but I didn't get my opportunity.
Wait, what? Sorry. I
Bryce
was
got his
talking more.
opportunity to perform. Yes, I'm speaking to the camera. I might get rid of this camera. I might do a first person spotlight. I don't give a shit. I could have gotten my spot at WrestleMania. But no. Cozy gave Bryce the opportunity. Why? Because he was a former member of KWE. Big Red got an opportunity. No disrespect to him. I love you, Big Titties. But why did Big Red get the opportunity? Because he was a former member of KWE. Why didn't I get an opportunity? Why didn't HCC get an opportunity? Why didn't Leo get an opportunity? Why didn't Juicy get an opportunity? Why didn't Vince get an opportunity? Why didn't all these people get opportunities? Because we've never been part of KWE before. That's why we didn't get the opportunity to perform at WrestleMania.
So yeah, it's crazy.
Well, apparently we haven't. Ghostface was coming on next after this recording. Hello, Ghostface. Nice to see you. My final question is, as we are wrapping up here, about that time anyway. If you were to unretire for one night only, like what Ric Flair's been doing for the past 10 fucking years, or 20, wow, it's been 20 years since Ric Flair had a retirement match at WrestleMania, and then he's still been getting unretired. So, if you had one more match, who would you face and why?
Okay, listen. I know, like, I'm retired. I get it. But, like, maybe, like, if there's possibly a chance, I could have one more match in me. But that will be in the future. That could be in the way future. But if there's gonna be one match, you know, I gotta give it to my OGs, you know? Got it. Okay, so maybe I was thinking there's 3 types of matches I would want. A one-on-one match, a triple threat, and then a fatal 4-way. The one-on-one match, obviously, it would be obviously Sleepy. Now, hear me out. I get some people hate Sleepy, but Sleepy and I go way back on our matches, and we put on bangers after bangers. In the triple threat, I would want Anthony, my owner, and obviously probably
Sleepy.
you know, not Sleepy. I could want Saxu or Goober, or I can want AJ.
Yeah, I'm coming after you.
But in the fatal 4-way, if we had a fatal 4-way, I would want Ghostface in my match. I would want AJ. I would want, and then there's me. And then there would be, and then for my last opponent, so I said AJ, Ghostface, Anthony, and I think my last person will have to be, you know, I think it would have to be Zach Hacksaw. He's
Crazy how he didn't say me, Jack. Crazy how he didn't say me.
I love Zach Hacksaw, bro.
Zach
Goated.
Hacksaw is my Uso.
Like, can I go on this? Can I dap him up
I'm
real
next.
quickly, bro?
Go ahead.
dap
Do
him up
quick
real
dap ups. Do quick dap ups.
He's my OG, bro.
Now let me ask you a question. How good is your combat?
That's my line, dumbass. Anyway,
Okay,
it's crazy how you didn't say me. If we had to do a fatal 5-way match,
If I had another match, I would be obviously with you. You're a good wrestler.
Yep.
why is my camera flowing up when I did the EO? Fucking dumbass slut camera. Anyways, thank you for coming on to the show. I really appreciate it and enjoy your retirement. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll
thank
be
you.
back here with episode 4, and it's with this guy.
And I'm his manager.
Now I have a
I'm just
question for
joking.
all of you, ladies and gentlemen. How good
I'm hungry.
is your combat?
Have a good night.